Well, good morning, folks. We are starting to dig the bottom section of the pond out. We're gonna have to dig this one from the bottom up because there's so much groundwater coming in. We'll end up with a little mini lake up there. So digging this one from the bottom up, that way all the water can stay down below the cut. The goal is to get all this muck dug out once I get this bottom section dug out. That way we can get the truck down in the pond where I don't have to top load all this material out. That's what I don't want to do, is I really don't want to have to top load all this stuff. It's a lot more efficient to get your truck down below you. So I'm gonna try to put these slopes on about a 2-to-1. That way nothing will grow on them. All your lily pads and all that stuff, they won't be as apt to grow on a 2-to-1 slope. So this stuff is just borderline decent enough to build your pond dam with, but there wasn't enough of it, and I had that really good red clay up there, so there wasn't much sense in using this stuff. So we're taking this dirt, covering up all that root material and brush and all this garbage we hauled yesterday. Maybe that'll give us, maybe this will give us enough of a bridge that we can back the back dump out over on top of it. Help us stack some more loads in there. Getting these slopes nice and steep. When you're cutting in a slope, if you'll start at the top like that, or start at the bottom and work your way to the top, you end up with a pretty nice gradual slope down through there that's easy to get your dozer on. And that's the last thing you want when you're cutting in a slope, is to try to have to cut a bunch of material. Get off me, bug. Try to have to cut a bunch of material when you're on a steep slope with your dozer, because you'll end up, whichever side's giving you the most resistance on the blade, you'll end up just sliding towards that side. Probably going to end up, and you guys let me know what you think down in the comments, but fish love elevation changes, and they love like little burrows to hide in and duck and dive. Those originally were just sump holes. I'm kind of debating on just leaving them and letting that just kind of be fish habitat, if you will. Does that make sense? Because I mean, it's one of those things. It's like, it's not really going to hurt anything leaving it down there. You'll never see it, and if it helps the health of the fish, then I mean, might as well. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, just a thought. I'm gonna cut this slope out all the way to right here, and then I'm gonna walk out there and dig, make that pool and dig all that out as much as I can. I'm going to take that dirt over there, and when I dig that little section out and put it behind the dam over there, there's quite a bit of dirt that can go in over there, which is good because I'm going to need room to get rid of some of this material. Couldn't ask for a better pond bottom. This stuff doesn't let water go through it hardly at all. That's why everything on top of this this silty clay, that's what we call this here in Tennessee. It's called a silty clay. It's got orange and gray and yellow, and it's a multicolored clay. Nasty stuff, which is good if you're building a pond like I'm doing. Old Brutus is getting a workout, I'm telling you. We've hauled a bunch of loads and got a bunch more to haul. Trying to make this corner a little more presentable. Make it a little easier to get the dozer in there. Tripod's supposed to be in sometime later today, so maybe I can start setting the camera up outside a little more, get a few different angles, a few different shots. Stacking her in there. All right, well, he's gone. Cut this slope in a little better. Yeah, so I always take, and I'll kind of start down here at the bottom, move up a tooth, maybe two, then move up another tooth. See how the material's falling down the slope as you go? You're not leaving a, you're kind of filling in that basically that indention you make with your tooth. You're getting it filled in, so then you have a nice transition down through there. Oh yeah, we're right on schedule. That's what I always like to do. I just find it a lot easier to cut a slope in that way. There's old Brutus. Taking a big dump up there. All right, folks, we're gonna hammer down on this. All right, folks, we are in the pond bottom, dredging out material. Oh, my coffer dam just broke. Well, unleash the floodwaters. I need to plop some dirt in there where that don't make an absolute mess. I've been digging all morning. As soon as I turned the damn camera on, my coffer dam broke. Oh God, whatever. Let her pour. I don't give a damn. But anyway, I'm down here in the pond bottom, trying to dredge this bottom out. It is just horrible material down here. Absolutely awful. Not even sure if it's worth digging this stuff out. Just leave this bottom portion down here and dig out the upper area. I don't know. I can't make up my mind what I want to do. Just make the dam a little taller maybe. This stuff is heavy and nasty. It's already hard enough to get the truck out of this bottom. See what she'll do. Stuck, probably. Give her the beans. And stuck. I don't understand this truck, guys. The lockers work when the truck's not loaded. Very heavy. But when the truck gets loaded heavy, the lockers won't lock in and work. I don't understand it. For the life of me, I don't understand it. You can sit there and watch them spin. See, right here, they should lock in. All they'd have to do if them back wheels would lock in. I just don't understand it. I don't understand it a bit. we're gonna have to fix us a road or something right there, because that's not doing anything but pulling the guts out of that truck. But this is the progress I've made so far, guys. Just wanted to give you a little update. Got all this bottom dug out, and we're gonna have to go build us a ramp or something, because this ain't gonna work. But I'll turn this camera back on here in a minute, guys. I gotta get situated a little better. The trucks was working good, pulling out of here just fine, and now it's not. So I don't really know what I'm gonna do just yet, but I'll be back in a little bit, guys. I'm gonna try to get this figured out here. Alrighty, folks, we got a makeshift haul road down into here, so we'll see exactly how all this works. But I don't might as well not even have it down here. But we went and took lunch, and then undercut that road up out of here. I think the lockers might be working now, not really 100% sure. Either way, I put about 2 foot of that really good red clay on top of that sandy, that silty clay. I mean, you think it's a really good material because it just looks hard, but it just when you drive over it, it just keeps pumping, and eventually it turns into just a really awful material. If you want to know the truth about it, it just sucks. It pumps and pumps and pumps, and it pumps all the moisture up to the top, and just turns into a really awful, disgusting material. So I don't believe all this material is gonna fit in my borrow pit, so I'm gonna end up having to more than likely probably get away with stacking a bunch of these piles kind of on the lower side of the property down there, and just let them set and dry, then just kind of blade them off. I'm only doing really half loads here, so oh yeah, she's pulling. She's spinning. Yeah, that a girl. I think I got the lockers figured out on that truck. It's really strange. There's a certain way you got to do it, or they won't engage. So, but right there, it seemed like they were pulling. So that's what we want. But this stuff is horrible down in here. I keep hoping the material's going to dry out eventually, and I'm going to get into some drier stuff, but so far that's not the case. So we're just making do with what we got. It seems like the material's getting drier down here where this ditch is, where I dug this ditch. So hopefully here soon I'll get into some drier stuff that we can, actually do something with. I'm just trying to peel all this mud off the floor where he can drive through here and not have to work so hard. Another sunny day has came and gone away. Paris and Rome. See, I mean, this stuff right here is pretty dry. See, that's not bad, but down below it, another couple of feet, turns pretty gross. This is pretty hard material here. Huh. Well, maybe things are looking up, folks. I'm not gonna hold my breath, but anything that has any sort of resistance to it at all when I'm digging is a welcomed feeling. Because I mean, that right there, I just cut through that like a hot knife through butter. So, I don't know what he's doing. What are you doing up there? Talking on the phone, I guess. Well, hang on, I'll be back. Alright, we're back. That truck's got a little bit of a leak. The brakes are hydraulic, and it uses a 80-90 gear oil in that reservoir, and the sensor in that reservoir is buzzing at him in the truck because it's getting a little low of oil. So we'll have to go get a gallon or so of 80-90 gear oil and top her off. Another sunny day has came and gone away. Huh. Ground's changing a little bit. Look at that drier material. Ain't that just crazy? It just baffles me. This material I'm sitting on is pretty, I can tell instantly when I'm digging it, like what's fixing to come out. Like I can feel it in the machine, the way the machine responds to it. Like this right here is pretty dry stuff. A lot drier than what I've been digging out. The goal here, guys, is just to give this water a place to go. That's the biggest thing, is getting all this water where it'll leach out and leach into this bottom down here, and try to just dry this material up. Every little bit helps. Oh yeah, those lockers are ripping, son. Well, at least we know they work. We just weren't using them right. Well, oh yeah. Another sunny day has came. But it's Friday. We're probably gonna cut out of here about 2:30. We've had a long week. Moved a lot of material. Got a lot done out here on the farm. We were gonna move equipment today, but Dad called me this morning and just asked if I just wanted to go back out to the farm again, and I'm like, well, I mean, if that's what you want to do, I'm good with it. You know, so here we are. But it's coming along really well. Got all that bottom cut out right there. The dam's up the grade. Got all this cleared yesterday. All of this in here, all the way to the property line. Dug me a relief ditch all the way up through there. Try to dry that up some, and I don't know if you guys can see, but there's literally water running down the ditch all the way to the bottom down there. So it's doing its job. I'm leaving that little Cofer dam right there to just make sure I keep all that water in that ditch while I dig this out. And then what I may end up doing is taking I don't know what I'm gonna do just yet, but I'll be able to have the truck in the bottom of the pond, and that's the biggest thing, is, you know, getting that big rascal in and out of here where it wasn't, you know, getting stuck every time. And but oh, that was funny tasting. But it looks like our haul road's holding up good. I just undercut it about 2 foot and then put about 2 foot of good, that really good red clay that we built the dam out of in our haul road there, and it seems to be that seemed to be the ticket. So it's working good so far. I'm gonna have to find a place to go with a lot more of this material. I'm hoping the majority of this material fits in my hole, and then I'll take that material over there and I'm going to put a bunch of it behind the dam. It'll probably hold 40 or 50 loads behind the dam there, so that'll be a bonus. I think what I'm going to do is just dig this out, dig all the muck out, and then if the water level is going to be too low in some places, I may just raise the dam up another 2 or 3 foot. I think that's going to be the best choice of action. I think that's what will allow me to move the least amount of dirt. Is raising the dam rather than digging out. Rather than digging out the whole bottom of the pond, I think is going to be the best bet. Getting into a lot drier stuff just up the hill this way, so that's good. The wetter this stuff is, the harder it is to fool with. Is you gotta, ideally, it'd be nice to just back out on it with the truck and, you know, dump it in our borrow pit and then knock the piles down with a dozer. But a lot of this material is not gonna hold the truck up, not even for one pass. This stuff might get lucky and hold the truck up for a couple passes. See how weird this material is? It's just dry, and then there's just a pocket of slop. It's such a strange material. I don't understand it. Another load out of here. Well, that's not good. They're trying to pull, but something's not right. I don't know what's going on, but something ain't right. The lockers aren't staying engaged. It's like the locker's slipping out. But I don't know. Fucking drop box may fly all to hell here in a minute. Who knows? Oh, folks, just wanted to run down here and give you guys a little bit of an update. We're sitting on the pond dam right now. I've got all that material dug out all the way over to where the water line's going to be, basically the top of that slope. Water's just a pouring in here down my ditch I dug up through the center. I'm not exactly sure how big I'm going to make this pond. I could make it huge, but one, I don't have the time, and two, I don't have the room to put the material. I've still got quite a bit of room, but I'm gonna get this left side dug all the way out, the slope fixed, and then work on this side over here, and hopefully all that junk, all this mucky material will fit in that hole. It's really strange working my way up the hill there where I've pushed all that up. That's kind of where I stopped cutting today. All that material is pretty dry for the most part. It's not horrible at all. All this down here, nah, that's a different story. But yeah, guys, it's coming along. It's coming along really well. We got all that cleared yesterday. That video, I hadn't released that video yet. I had a bunch of stuff going on yesterday and just didn't have time to sit down and edit the video. But it's coming along, and I'm very, very happy with how the farm's turning out. I got my road built. Everything's looking really well. And yeah. So anyway, I know I already wrapped this video up, but I wanted to come down here and give you guys a little update on what's going on. I'll be excited to get some before and after. I got the before pictures of everything, and these after pictures are going to be awesome. But anyway, guys, I appreciate everybody watching. We will catch you on the next one.